Okay, so just watching a short video on Closer to Truth with Michio Kaku, and he's talking about quantum coherence. So I immediately see a relationship between that and maintaining a train of thought. And there's an ongoing theme that I see where whatever reality is begins at zero, and it's a creation process, and then moves steadily towards out of liminality and out of and into some kind of solidity, like a final state, and or this is where terms like the singularity and omega point or the eschaton come in, and that's when all experiences, like all possible configurations that have been are conceivable given the parameters of this reality, have been had. And I'm finding it additionally remarkable that a quantum computer operates at absolute zero. So if it's functioning at the base of what generated this reality, absolute zero, like zero motion, and then works, configures all of its calculations from there, there's something remarkable about that. And the idea of how you have to remain focused on a thought, you have to maintain a train of thought, and how that can be relatively fickle sometimes. It can be for no reason at all. It just you kind of get out of the trajectory, the momentum of a thought, and then a quantum computer has this super fine. It has to be in this no noise state. So relating this to truth, when you have noise around you, it distracts you from some kind of process, right? So if you're in this crowded room, having this coherent thought and trajectory, you have to cut out noise, right? And with a quantum computer, if you even if it has any disruption, it kind of runs off the tracks, essentially. So Michio was talking about how there's been 3 stages of computing. Initially there's some kind of flip switch, a lever or something like that. Very mechanical, on-off sort of thing. And then you have traditional computing, which can has 2 states, but it can encompass more possibilities simultaneously. I don't know if I'm wording that correctly. Let me think about that. Here, let me reframe it actually. Why is it that large language models hallucinate? Because it's not trained on absolute truth. It is trained on a bunch of relative truths. So if it was given, again, drawing it back to noise versus signal, or like, even the paper of like attention is all you need. So in the attention is all you need, you're cutting out noise, like distruth, basically, or untruth. You're trying to get to the highest signal ratio, or signal to noise ratio, and like continue to refine the process of yes, you can extract relative truth with language, but you're also carrying luggage of essentially duality or something of that nature. Is that the paradoxes haven't been completely collapsed yet. You still have some kind of relative truth and relative noise or distruth to it. So it at some if it's taking some kind of amalgamation, some ratio of the time it's going to just generate what we'd consider hallucination or distruth or something like that. But what I find remarkable about a quantum computer is that if it's running from absolute zero, from the origin of all creation or something like that, then it can only operate from truth. And if it's unperturbed, then it can maintain that train of thought. It can run straight up into from unmitigated, from truth to from 0 to 1, essentially. So if we're talking about a theory of everything, or the final configuration of the universe, some kind of process is going, a quantum computer can actually do the entire configuration from 0 to 1, is what seems to be the case. That's my theory. All right. Let it ride. Love you all.